Hey, Twitter, what's up? So, happy Halloween, first of all. This is going to be a bit of a rant. I apologize, but there was a tweet that kind of bugged me today, and it got me thinking about how, there's writers that seem very entitled, and I'll get to my point in a second, and entitled, desperate, greedy, needy, all that shit. And it's like, and they also like blow up your DMs and give me numbers, who do I call, read my script, all that kind of shit. People I've never fucking spoken to ever, you know. If I'm doing that for people I know, friends, okay, cool. But, you know, and it feels like in writer Twitter, it's like some people are like, hey, if the information doesn't fit me exactly to a T, then don't say it. And it's like no one has time to figure that out for you. You go figure it out. Honest to God, there's people, there's all kinds of people giving great information for free, and yeah, a lot of it's going to be general. You're going to have to sort through it. That's just how this works. No one's going to fucking hold your hand ever. Sorry to put it that way, but that is the honest truth. And so let's get to it. What was the question? The question was a writer said, hey, what's the number one thing you've seen in the industry that you didn't know, essentially? And my response, and a lot of people responded, my response was that if your spouse is an agent at the same agency you're signed with, you're still not protected. And someone responded, that seems very specific. And this is not a subtweet. Go send her the link. I don't give a fuck. It's not a subtweet. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, man. This seems a little bit entitled, like I said. There's people that want to know this shit. Like some people, and so I thought it was a gem I thought it was a gem. It's like, how are you going to find this shit out otherwise? It's not in books. It's generally not Googleable. And so what does that mean? As far as, so it's like, it feels like the point was like, well, it doesn't apply to me. Only say shit that applies to me. And it's like, it does apply to you. So let's unpack it a little bit. So essentially, where was I, right? So I'm signed there. My wife at the time is an agent there, number one agency in the world. She's going into staff meetings, hearing about my script, texting me while she's in the meeting, real time, blind CCing me on any email if it's like in her office, any emails from producers coming in, blind CCing me on that. So I'm seeing all of this stuff in real time, or calling her up and saying, hey, what's going on with my script? She's like, cool, I'll go walk over to that agent's office, my actual agent, find out what's going on. They talk, comes back, calls me, tells me, real time, that embedded, and also hanging out with these people, that embedded, and I still don't feel protected. I think the lesson there is, hey, if he didn't feel that, and if he didn't feel that protected, or didn't feel protected at all, feels like he got fucked over actually, maybe I'm gonna have to put a little extra effort into it. Maybe I'm gonna have to pay more attention, which is true. That was the point. And it's like, oh, it's too specific for me. I'll never be married to an agent. That's not the point. The point is, I know it's a very rare thing. So you're gonna have to do extra work to make sure you don't get fucked. How? I've seen it from both sides. I have a very unique story, right? So, on the one hand, married to a CA agent, I don't want to say the name, whatever, and then rep there, and then after that, co-sell a hit movie for a lot of money. I mean, ultimately worth millions, hit movie. So, I've seen that. I've been on that side too, where I've seen how easily the deal could go sideways and the writer gets screwed. And I fought for that writer. I mean, let's be honest. My ex would say, I teed it up, and great, true, but who knocked it out of the park? I'm not going to apologize. That was me. Like, I was the one that was leading that deal and made sure that we didn't take a shitty deal and got the writer what they were worth. Scary. So you ask, what is it? How does that apply to me? That's how. Because you can get fucked over very easily. Remember WGA versus ATA? Remember all that? How writers got screwed out of millions of dollars? That's how. So yes, it does apply to you. But it's no one's job to sort of handhold you through this process. Just be grateful. Just be grateful that anyone's willing to take any time at all to say anything. And you don't have to respond if you don't feel like it's for you. So that's it. Again, happy Halloween. Be safe. Sucks that we're going through all this bullshit. I should be out partying right now, or getting ready to anyway. Later.